Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Ironworker Gaming Channel. I am Ironworker814, and in today's video we are going to be looking at the Transversive Steps Warlock Exotic Boots for use in the Crucible. Now there are a lot of Warlock mains out there who hold the Transversive Steps in very high regard, and some would go as far to say that this is the best exotic armor piece to wear in the Crucible. But me personally, I tend to disagree. Now don't get me wrong, I see why people like these things, and there is a very strong potential upside to using these things in the Crucible. But due to my general playstyle, as well as some sandbox changes that were implemented back in March, I don't feel like they are benefiting me as much as other exotics would. If at any time during this video you feel like supporting this little upstart of a Destiny channel, the like and subscribe button are there for you to use at your own discretion. But what's my problem with the Transversive Steps, you're probably thinking. You're probably like, all these big YouTubers say that these things are awesome, and you're just some dumb ironworker. Why should I listen to you? Why don't you get out of here and go build a building or something? What I always try to offer on this channel is a different perspective to look at things from. I mean, Destiny is not my full-time job. While I am a fairly dedicated Crucible player, I certainly don't play PvP for a living. And I think Transversive Steps are one of those exotics where your skill level and general playstyle are going to greatly influence your opinion of them. So let's real quick take a look at the exotic perk, and then I will explain myself a little bit further. So here we have the Transversive Steps with its exotic perk, Strange Protractor. Sprint speed is increased. After a short time sprinting, currently equipped weapon is reloaded. A couple cool things to note here is that the increased sprint speed is very noticeable when using these. You can move around the map very fast. This will also inherently increase your slide distance. This increased speed is very good for safely disengaging from gunfights and evading supers. Also, once this perk is procced, say you're running around with a special weapon out that has no ammo in it, if you run over a green ammo brick, this ammo is going straight into the magazine, instantly. Now there's no denying that both are nice quality of life perks. Plus, they also pack a good bit of utility. My problem is that only highly mobile or highly aggressive playstyles are going to really reap the full benefits of this exotic. And while using them, I was able to put some pretty decent matches together by throwing on an auto rifle and a shotgun and really just diving on the enemy team. But there was a problem I kept running into. That problem is shotguns kind of aren't what they used to be. Now I was able to close gaps really fast with that extra sprint speed, and I was able to take enemies off guard with the extra slide distance. But since the March 2020 sandbox update, shotguns have lost some range and some consistency. So needless to say, when I charged in there and the initial shotgun blast didn't down the enemy I was targeting, I found myself in some really bad situations. Plus, this extremely aggressive playstyle is really not my thing. I'm usually very deliberate when moving around the map. I'm thoughtful about my positioning, I move in and out of cover while checking sight lines and attack angles. Because I mean, to be perfectly honest, I'm not as young as I used to be, and I really have to rely on my game sense because my twitch reflexes are kind of on the way out. So when I was just playing my game and not actively trying to get this perk to proc for me, I hardly noticed I was wearing these exotics at times. But if Transversive Steps fits your playstyle, by all means keep using them. I will never outright tell someone not to use a particular weapon or armor piece just because it does not fit my playstyle. Because there's always going to be a group of people out there for which said exotic or weapon works great for. But nevertheless, Transversive Steps, I mean, they were just not built for me. And it's really hard for me to put away something like my best friend the Ophidian Aspects in favor of an exotic that does not fit the way in which I play the game. So if you've enjoyed this video and can appreciate my perspective, whether you agree with it or not, the like and subscribe button are there for you to show your support if you so choose. If you'd like to interact with me live, you can catch me streaming on Twitch, generally weekend evenings, starting around 9:30 Eastern Time. You could also get a hold of me on Twitter, but the best way to contact me is simply by leaving a comment down below. I read and respond to all my comments because I respect your time and your feedback is important to me. With all that being said, I would like to thank you for spending a piece of your day checking out my content. You guys are awesome, and I will catch you on the next one.